stuff up today.
Okay.
The size of this lot that this fellow has, these two.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, whatever, it's just,
Yeah.
if you put a cul-de-sac in the center of that 800 feet long, you could divide that into at least 16 lots. The garbage truck can come in, do a loop, the bus can come in. Everything is more functional as far
Yeah.
as residential building
Yeah,
goes. And
But this probably won't cost us much.
right.
Initial cash outlay.
This is what the guy wants, so I guess we do what he wants. If he meets all of our,
So subdivision plat will be coming later, is what you're,
the final, this is a subdivision plat. This is for Saratoga Commons. You're just used to seeing it like, and that, so was I. I was used to seeing it like Miles subdivision or Pobleski's, you know, where they have the internal road. And it's just 5 or more lots. That's it. That's the whole definition.
well, yeah, I understand that, but I like
I'm
tonight,
sorry.
tonight the CSM, we're combining 2 lots. That's what we're, like, that's what we are looking at on the agenda, like tonight. We just have to approve this combination of the 2 lots, or are we?
No, we're
Are we
approving
actually
this.
approving the
We're
plat?
approving this.
Okay,
Just, yeah, clarification, I'm sorry.
So actually, you're heading on the agenda.
It should have said plat instead of
Should not have
CSM,
been
yes.
CSM.
Yes, should have said plat.
Should have read preliminary plat for
Yeah,
Saratoga
it
Commons.
just came in and we wanted to get it on this agenda, so that's probably my mistake. I might have called it CSM, it should have been plat.
When you say 5 or more lots, so you're saying just because he owns both CSMs, he can combine the 2 to get 5 or more lots on?
He didn't have a choice.
But they're not combined yet. We're good, we've got 4 lots.
The
on
county
one.
says they are combined.
Oh.
The county views them as being combined as one yet, because when he divided them into 2, he did
Okay.
it within the last 5
Okay,
years.
understand now.
And their verbiage, I had to read it over too, because I didn't catch it at first. And then I went in and talked to Jason.
Hmm.
And I asked him how I was to know that, and he said, well, you'd have to go to the Register of Deeds. And he said he knows it because the CSMs are too current, the CSM numbers are too current. And that's how I got the CSM number.
So if it was less than 5 years, is that what you're saying?
Yep,
You
if
couldn't
it's less
do
than 5 years. Otherwise, so the developer has to pay like $600 to do a subdivision plat, versus if he could have done it in 2 CSMs, just divided this bottom lot into 3 parcels and then the top lot into 4, he wouldn't have had to pay anything. But being that he had to go this route as a subdivision, he had to pay the county, I can't remember if it's $600 or $800, and then he had to pay us $300, and that's just the preliminary.
Well, that-
Now he's gonna come back with the final.
The logic behind that would be to prevent people from splitting one parcel into 2 and then 6 months later splitting
Absolutely,
2 into
yes,
4 each and getting 8 when they would have had, yeah. So that makes sense. I
Yes.
get that.
that's
At first
exactly
it
right.
didn't all click, but now it took me a little while, but I got it. Yeah, I mean, are there potentially better ways? Have we seen some better designs for people selling lots for residential development? Sure. This isn't as atrocious as some of the ones I've seen. But I mean, I don't know that there's anything overly alarming.
Nothing
With
against
this.
their ordinances.
Yeah,
Right.
these are ordinances and, you know, I, on a positive, it's in RS1 where he could have done it in all 1 acre lots and he's
Yes.
choosing to make bigger ones to keep it more rural. I guess I'm in support of that.
Yeah, and I think there's a market for,
Yeah.
3 or 4 acres rather than 1 acre.
Yeah,
When you see a lot of 1 acre lots, the first thing people ask is, can I get 2 of them? And so there's a bit, I think that's attractive. We're gonna have on these outside lots, there's gonna be some pretty long driveways needed.
yep,
I mean, we're talking
less than 200 though, right?
Yep, they're
No,
all gonna be reviewed by the.
they're gonna be a lot long, if 75 feet of frontage
Right.
is
That's
that little
600
measurement,
That's 645 feet
yeah.
Yeah,
on that flag.
I
So
mentioned
all
that
of
to
them,
the
yeah.
developer,
All
Yeah.
of them would have to have fire.
fire department approval.
Fire department.
Yes.
So for some of those lots, that's gonna be a little, unless somebody goes ahead and buys, lots 1 and 2 and owns the,
Sure.
then,
Well, you're
well, it's
running,
still, depending on where they would build, it would still be deep, but,
what you're running your utilities that far back.
yeah, there's some
Even,
cost
even
there.
if you put a road down the center and split it up into 2-acre lots, which are nice sized lots, you could get a 12 out of it.
Yeah, but then
Just-
he would have to build the road to our specs, and then he would have to have the town accept the road dedication.
Yeah, that's all about initial cash.
But it would be a win-win, we would get,
For us, not for the developer.
Yeah, you'd have to almost find a way to incentivize that monetarily if it was
Plus
that.
he's paying for his utilities.
Yeah, plus he'd have to put the utilities.
Yeah,
You got it.
yeah, that's an uphill battle.
Yep.
People that wanna live in that rural spot, like, looking at this map, I know that, and I know like you don't like flag lots and they might not be attractive, but I'd be the one picking the one back there.
Yep.
Because I don't wanna be up by the road, I don't care if
Right.
my driveway's super long,
And it's
I
all
would-
woods.
I would pay for the electric to go all the way back there. I would rather see bigger lots and less congestion and keep more of the rural atmosphere than,
Yeah.
yeah.
Somebody's seen
I
an
agree.
opportunity and that's what they're doing.
And it fits within our zoning.
Yep, it is.
Sounds like you're ready to make a motion over there.
Well, if everybody's done with discussion, I can, any other?
Little history on that property, it once was an airport,
Really?
Oh, really?
yes. Yeah, there was a hangar right at the end of Young Street.
It seems like too many trees.
Sorry, yeah.
70 years ago.
They grow. They weren't there back in the day. Yeah.
Dr. Davis said.
There's snow on that roof over there.
Yeah, the hangar's still there, but it's 6 feet below grade.
Is it?
Yeah, they buried it.
That
Deep
hangar
River
was
did.
Was it? All right, well, if there's no further discussion, I'd entertain a motion to recommend to the board.
I'll make a motion to recommend the subway plat for Quality Control Solutions LLC on North Young Street, sorry.
I'll second it.
Okay, we got a motion to recommend approval to the board for the preliminary plat for Quality Control Solutions. Motion by Christie, second by Adam. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And it is called Saratoga Commons, just like.
Saratoga Commons.
Yep, I got her in the minutes here. There we go.
People are gonna be looking for a subdivision.
I know.
It's a little subtle. It's a little.
Just me
less-
and my neighbors, but you neighbor, you
Alright.
can't be a part of this.
All right. Item number 8, zoning ordinance review.
All right, here's the map. I just picked it up from Paul today. He said the colors are funky, they need new colors. All the lot splits are on here. The only thing that isn't on here is the 6 entities that were rezoned. And he couldn't do that until they were logged with Jason, and Jason was off. So that will be done by next week, and I think we're ready to go forward with this for the public meeting.
Okay, we gotta notice that.
Yep. Class 2 notice. I thought the colors were pretty funky, but they are correct.
I don't mind it.
You don't mind it?
And those 6 rezones will,
They will be noticed on this,
They
they
will
will
be-
be on this map.
on the map.
That goes into our zoning ordinance
Okay.
and goes online. They will be.
And those will be in place before the notice, or?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. He said he'll have them done by Wednesday, so.
All right, and all our corrections are rewrote and.
Everything's on here, yep. I went through every single agenda item since the last zoning. So everything, all the CSMs are on here, all of the splits, everything's on there.
Okay.
It's looking more cohesive, not so spot zoning-ish. It's getting better. I did have a gentleman call today, though, that wants to put in a business on Highway 73 where there was a house.
On 73.
Mm-hmm.
Is it currently zoned commercial in that area?
It's got an overlay of light commercial. Right under that billboard sign. I don't know if anybody knows where that is by the boat.
Oh, yeah.
So. I don't know what kind of
That little greenhouse?
commercial.
That light,
There was a house.
the engine very miserable, shutting this way.
Yeah.
In the morning, you notice that?
So.
You will tomorrow now.
And I will tomorrow.
So the-
for sure.
The minutes for item 8, zoning ordinance review, can reflect that we've concluded our review and that we'll provide class 2 notice for the public approval. Is that the right way? I
Yeah.
haven't done a lot of these
A
in the
class
minutes.
2 notice for
public
the
hearing.
For public
amended
hearing.
zoning ordinance.
And we have to have that public hearing, correct? We have to have
It
that
says
public-
it's a class 2 notice. It doesn't say it's a public hearing.
So we just have to
submitted.
notice it before we
Have
make
the
the
meeting
approval.
before we approve it, yeah.
Okay. Was there any other discussion on the ordinance itself as, like the corrections that we made, or anybody have any final thoughts, or?
I would like to say something. So once that is approved at the board, then it goes to the county, and then the county records it, and then everybody gets new copies. So you guys will get a new copy to refer to, but keep your old copy. Okay? All right.
Okay.
And we will, when does that notice go? Like,
Well, we had to wait till tonight, of course, but, I'll have Paulette, as soon as I get this map, I'll have her put that notice out.
do you need a motion to
That was gonna be my question.
Yes.
send that notice? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I would entertain that.
I'll make the motion.
Motion to send out a class 2 notice for our zoning ordinance update. Motion by Dan,
I'll second it.
second by Jim. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Nice.
Alright, so discussion of the town recreation plan is item number 9. I know on the last meeting we talked about, like maybe June-ish, we would start to review that because it goes right now until 27, correct?
I think there was a committee that was gonna be set up too, right?
We discussed having
Possibilities,
a
yeah.
committee of, so we had, well, Christy and Angie weren't here,
Right, yeah.
and
Adam was gonna be on the committee?
Hey, settle down now. Yeah, so no last
somebody has to take minutes, yes.
We talked. We had a kind of a robust discussion about some of the past questionnaires, surveys, things that were asked of the residents, what they'd look for in terms of what we could begin to consider, to plan to develop for this town in terms of town recreation amenities. We talked an awful lot about certain properties that might be, I think they were either DNR owned within our township or just things like that. Is beautiful, beautiful properties, large tracts of land where there could be opportunity to put in trails, some very minimal development, minimal cost, but maximum benefit to the town in terms of biking, walking, running, maybe a small pet feature, fenced in area, dog run type thing, maybe I had shared an experience in a Portage County park recently where they had just really beautiful disc golf course. A disc golf course literally is clear a few trees, set a little basket on one end and have a tee off spot on. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot.
Little parking area.
And yeah, and you just map it out in a little. So we talked about, if that's something that would be worth exploring, and I think this body was like, yeah, that would be, something along those lines would be something worth looking into in more detail. But it wouldn't be fit of this whole group to try to wrestle with that. So I know Rob was really excited about looking more closely at it, and then my name was thrown in as no. I mean, but realistically, that's what part of what this body's called to do, and we should be doing it over time, not just looking at it in 2027 and saying, well, yeah, this is all still true, and we think this is what the people want, and then there's opportunity. There's a lot of recreational stuff happening, obviously, down in Rome. The tourists and seasonal people to this area will not slow down. I mean, the lakes, the hunting, the fishing, the trail riding, all the things that are, it's going to continue to grow. So.
And the minutes don't reflect it, but I think ad hoc committee chairman Borski was going to let us know what
I did
who
not.
he thought was going to be good for his committee, right?
Minutes did not reflect.
And likely form.
But we have to
And
start
likely
somewhere.
form an ad hoc.
We
And I don't even know how to. Come on,
Well,
where's
what
the
we
correct
discussed was that it couldn't be made up of all board members.
Right.
We needed someone
Yeah.
from the public,
Yep.
Need some community.
maybe like a road crew guy. And if you're in the room, you
Yeah.
you're
It's like the army, stick backwards, right?
The N on up,
That's.
I just found it now.
I'll make that slight clerical adjustment for the final version of the minutes to.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, can we approve a small committee that would meet how many times a year? 3 times, or as needed, or
Well, as part of
the debate.
planning, like any updates or future development of our town recreation plan, this is part of the discussion, so I say we could
Well, how we're gonna establish the committee, like you said, you want some public input, we have to figure out how we're gonna get some.
I don't know how, we have to. So, we can't go out on our own and do it, keep ready, because I was on the phone for 45 minutes trying to get all the DNR people to ask a few questions.
And just a swing and a miss.
Well, no,
Oh.
You're
they're
gonna meet
get back
them
to
next
me, but
week.
I mean, at some point that, like you said, it's gotta be stipend at some point, or a committee has to be, assigned to some of this stuff that we can do on our own off to the side, so.
We do need a map though,
Yeah.
an overlay of the area, so we can see
Yeah.
what direction you've been talking about. The committee's gonna need it.
Yeah.
Lorelei, you said you're meeting with DNR?
Yeah, so is Rob.
Did you hear from me
What,
on the committee?
It's on Firewise.
okay.
The DNR is there.
I thought maybe it was with Firewise. I'm just throwing this out, why don't you approach them at that time? They probably aren't the people to talk to either, but they might give you some ideas. I think you did discuss the big property down on the 10 mile, along 10 Mile Avenue.
Bell,
Mm-hmm.
Road, all of it.
This would be on the west side of 13. If there's anybody, or if they are receptive to some of this stuff, before we even get jumping into this, I mean, is it worth the effort to even contact them to do it? If it's not on DNR land, it's not gonna happen. I mean,
That's true.
the private property is not gonna open it up to a hiking trail.
Oh, I agree. So you're saying, hey, you're meeting with some DNR folks. Ask who would the point of contact be? Who would be the right department or department head to talk to?
Or are they even
In terms of the-
receptible to this,
That's the right.
the
That's a
idea?
good.
If they're not,
Well, I got that information, but the guy's gonna take a week to figure out. It was based on, whether or not there were any grants or state funds or anything. These parcels are all separate.
Okay.
And so it's contingent on that. Some of the parcels, depending on where the resources came to get the parcels, you couldn't physically make it specific to hunting or fishing.
They were earmarked. or
Some of
whatever.
them, he said, because they're all hunting and fishing now, could be changed to hiking and biking trails or
Yeah,
whatever, but
'cause-
that has to be determined.
'Cause I just saw,
According to that, so-
tonight's news, there was something about the DNR looking at, the trout stream stuff, cold water trout streams and things like that. So, you know, that might tie into even to what kind of things that we're looking for.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if you've got that, you know, okay, so, well, you've got,
That isn't the only thing.
got
though
your
we're
foot in the
looking
door
at.
now.
And at some point, we gotta be able to tie a bike trail in or something to Rome, if that's what they're working on. And if it's through a utility easement or, using, some of these side, less traveled roads like, 8th Avenue or 5th Avenue or Bell Road onto County Line Road, some of the ones that aren't paved yet, making them, you know, a bike trail along those. I don't know if the state would get involved. I mean, there's a lot of options for that, but I don't think, you know, you can't focus on just biking and hiking, but it is the highest on our list of things that people wanted, but should we wait and hear back? I'll see what the DNR guy says
Yeah.
first of all, and then I should know by the next meeting, and then we can, we'll have to agree at that time if we wanna form a group, and,
Sounds like we're gonna need Rome's input too.
yeah, but first we have to see if,
You know, I don't know that that's, I mean, I think that's good planning to, I mean, what they're doing right now with their tunnel and their Link the Lakes project isn't some big substantial, you know, network of bike trails. That's simply an access point to avoid having to walk across the road. Whether or not they have any future plans for anything like that is a good question to ask, but I mean, I feel like any project we would take on as a township, especially if it was the ability to develop it on DNR owned land, create an amenity, I mean, you could always, there's usually a way to tie that into something else, in the future. I just, yeah, I always go back to that experience I had at that in Portage County, and it was a completely, I don't think there was any access to it. You drove up to it, you parked, you unloaded your mountain. I watched other people doing it, unload their mountain bikes and get their, you know, unpack their little trailers of hiking gear and whatever they had going there in big groups. I mean, that place was, there must have been 60 cars in that parking lot. And I went there and played a little bit of disc golf, and I thought it was gorgeous. And
Do you think Portage County Rec would have a map of that stuff? Is it-
of that specific area,
Yeah.
that area, to see what they did with the
Yeah.
property, I mean, that you can grab. They have maps on site. I'm sure that could be got. Yeah. Just as like a reference to see what they did, how many acres it was.
I
That's
know.
part of the Green Circle Trail.
No, this is at, what was?
It's
Stand
called
Rock?
Standing Rocks.
Stand Rock.
Standing Rocks. It's a
Yeah.
county park, and
It's
like-
it's a big
Straight down
area.
B to the south.
That's been there an extremely long time.
Yeah, but I just was really impressed, and it felt like something that could fit because it was so rural. I mean, it was not like it was like you walked from Point or Plover and you were there. You were out. It's a good 15, 20 minutes outside of Stevens Point, if I remember correctly, maybe 20. So, I don't know.
I was gonna ask Rob, did you contact the Wood County Rec Department?
no, this DNR, I haven't talked to
Wood
anybody.
County Rec, boy, they're really got their hands in a lot of stuff.
They spent a lot of money here lately.
Yeah, my daughter works for that's what she does.
They just bought Sarah Park here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll work on the DNR, like I said, the fellow will be getting back to me by,
I mean, for
Yeah,
grants.
that's
I mean,
for
they would
grants,
know
yeah.
where all the money can come from.
Did, when all of the bike stuff came around, the bike trail and all of the connecting up and the signage and all that, where does the trail go south on Z, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because I've never seen any.
Right now it goes south on Z all the way to the county line. It also, right? It goes right to.
It's
Wow.
pretty hazardous.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Right.
yeah, like initially when
There also is a trail that comes up like Hillcrest to Range Line.
Oh,
To go
okay.
past the solar. They talked about having the trail go past the solar.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was
'Cause
'Cause
I
there's,
never-
there's a bike, I thought there was bike trail signs
Sign on Z.
near this.
Yeah,
There's
but
one on
Joslin,
Z, I know.
Joslin Road is one. Spruce Avenue's got one, Spruce is 64th.
Yep, and that's where, like, Range Line and Church
You
went
cross the
to.
highway through Pobleski's, right?
Yes, I believe it did go
So it
down
goes
Z.
Z, and then it goes through the road on Pobleski's, and then it crosses the highway right at the top of the hill.
Town
Don't
line.
take town line
Town
all the
line.
way out. Spruce connects back in if you said there's something
I
on
thought at
Spruce.
48.
I'm not sure.
64th,
I-
64th,
A lot
I
of
thought.
signs are
Is
missing,
it
I think.
64th?
over the years.
Because I believe Grand Rapids bike trail was 64th, so we
Okay.
just matched that.
I know it was out that one, so then-
I was just wondering if, I've never seen any maps outside of what's on the sign. I don't know if Wood County's got that stuff or where it's at, and that was when I got booted off the plan commission. It was just at the start of that.
That sign was never put out because it's not accurate, but
You get double paid in
Yeah, in the shop, there was a stack of 4x4 aluminum arrows, and Casson said they were all marked wrong, so I think they got 69, so.
oh my God.
They're all wrong for where you're supposed to set it up for turning. So-
Yeah, the arrows were supposed
Yeah.
to go like that, and they went like
Right.
that, and
Yeah.
they were for the wrong side of the pole or something.
Yeah,
Oh, no, really?
which I don't know how many.
Well,
Or-
these were all.
Or it was
made wrong.
interpreted wrong. Somebody was looking at the map upside down or something.
Yeah,
I'm not exact. I never grabbed them all and tried to figure it out myself, but I know that they were screwed up somehow. So as far as the ad hoc committee, do we want to discuss?
I think the board has to appoint an ad hoc committee, but that wouldn't be hard. I mean, I think it'd be a great idea.
So can I entertain a motion to recommend the creation of an ad hoc committee for the town recreation plan?
Would this body have then the authority to form that ad hoc, like the board would approve the formation of the ad hoc committee, but then the ad hoc committee can be formed at our discretion in terms of like what, if there's a couple community members that
We
want to
could-
throw their hats in the
We
ring?
can make that motion as recommend approval of an ad hoc committee for plan, or for town recreation plan under the direction of the plan commission.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I would want that. If
That's-
we're gonna
I
make
think
that
that would
motion,
be
I
good.
think that's how the motion should be made, so then we have a little bit of latitude to not have to go back to the board to say, okay, we want this person to, I don't know. Not
Right.
saying the board would need that kind of oversight, but
No, but I think the board, to get somebody paid for this, I think the board would have to authorize like 2 people that are seated on one of the boards, either the plan commission or the town board.
Right.
2 people to be paid and then to be made up of citizens.
Right.
I don't know how.
But even the size of it, or you want-
Well, and
Well, I think
And as long
the
as-
people that were sitting here that are gonna be paid would be the ones that would be
sure,
figuring all that out, wouldn't you think?
I think that would be the way to go.
No, I think so too.
so once the town board would approve this ad hoc committee under the direction of the plan commission, we could determine as a plan commission who would be on this committee, right?
Yeah.
Or would the board have to approve?
The
those
board would
people?
have to approve the payment of whoever, I mean, how many people, not
Right.
who, but how many, and then how often.
Right.
so we need to be that specific in our motion.
I don't know if we have to be that specific in our motion, or if we just recommend approval,
Yeah, and then talk
Mm.
about it.
Okay.
recommend the creation of.
I think if
Of
you
an
want
ad
a
hoc
successful group, that's,
And then
you'd
with
want-
that, I mean, our board meeting is next week,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah.
So next week, if it's approved, we could put that on our agenda for the next plan commission to find out how many people,
This.
who it's gonna be, like, how many members, consisting of who? Residents, board member, PC member?
And it could, the board might approve like 2 people to get paid, but that doesn't mean that 8 people can't go. It's just that only 2 are gonna get paid out of the 8,
You know, like
any one given
chairperson,
time.
vice chair or something.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That sounds like a great motion, Adam.
So the motion would be to request that the town board approve the formation of an ad hoc committee. A
Just leave it there.
do we have to specify that
town
it's an
recreation.
ad for the town recreation, an ad hoc committee?
A town recreation ad hoc.
Thank you.
committee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's.
You're stuck.
I
That's
need
really
it. That's.
good.
I was more worried about where I was gonna write
All
it.
the words were there.
Town recreation
You had it,
plan
Adam, you had it.
Ad hoc means,
at the direction of the plan commission.
Yeah.
Right. That's the kind of the
Under
last
the
piece.
direction.
Under. Thank you.
Under direction of the plan commission.
Okay. Well, that's my motion.
Motion by Adam,
I'll second that one.
second by Christie, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And we will wait to hear back if Rob's DNR contact has
Yeah.
anything for us to, on this initial kind of idea. We can explore further, but then the ad hoc committee will play with other options from there.
All right.
Yeah, it's long term, it's not.
Yeah,
It's a
right.
50-year plan's not, you know, think about what's gonna be happening around here 50 years from now, so
Cool.
who would know?
All right, item number 10.
Chair one by then.
Yeah, exactly. Next month.
I need one.
Information and announcements from plan commission members. James.
Do we have any idea when Wood County is going to shoulder Bainbridge, or if they are shouldering Bainbridge, who is?
They were supposed to do it last week, but I don't know what happened. It's their schedule.
I say, because we're leaving it closed for a long time.
You know, we had it, that's the only road I've ever known that people have to come in and complain that we redid it. But we are
Oh,
getting
no,
there.
I'm not complaining about the job.
I'm serious.
But it needs to be.
No, I am dead serious. They're complaining that we redid the road because now it's so new that everybody's using it for a racetrack.
I had a resident that lives on that road ask me what was going on. I said, well, we're putting a new road in for you. And I said, why? I said, have you driven down it?
The lady came in today, she said there was one pothole. Why didn't you just fill the pothole? I'm like,
Oh my
"Ah,
goodness.
this never
You
happened."
can't win, right? No good deed goes
I think
unpunished.
you did a good job, but you gotta finish the job.
They
That's
did
all it's
fill
done.
in the shoulder where the bends are.
Oh, yeah, they did that right away, so you could drive
And the
up.
straightaways where they use the shoulder machine, they didn't do that yet.
Yeah, 'cause
Same
that-
thing on Sandy Spring.
That would take them 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, are you guys doing it or is the county doing
The
it?
county's supposed to do it, but Doug sent Cass to Flowgate to fill in, cause, you know, it was an abrupt
Right.
elevation change, 4 inches.
Oh, we gotta do that before we wreck the road.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
yeah.
they'll start peeling it off.
Yeah, so we gotta do the same thing on Sandy Spring tomorrow. There's 8 driveways that are not filled, so we'll do them.
That's sure nice. I get down there every week and boy, sure nice to drive in there without
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the job, just gotta get it done.
Now Hollywood is a different story.
I was going to say, explain what happened on Hollywood.
You have to talk to Doug. There's a lot of things that went wrong.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that went wrong, and the main thing is that one of our supervisors works for the company that did it.
Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. It should
It
be,
shouldn't be, but
no,
of course it is.
like American Asphalt fixed their mess out here. That's why, you know.
Yeah.
So we're stuck with it, I guess. I would have done
Maybe
something.
there can be a little bit of less change exchanged in hands or something.
Well,
'Cause that's terrible.
That's
That
not
road-
the case. Chase was off. He was off on medical at the time.
Well,
that
that's
this
not the
happened,
point.
That's
Right.
the
But the
next
point
case.
is that the road is bad, and
The northbound lane is terrible.
Yeah.
The southbound lane is lousy.
Yeah, the best spot is the road that goes to the landfill site. That's the best spot of that road. Goes to the dump.
You can tell where every time where the
Paver started.
paver stopped and started,
And even the
Where
patches are
where they switch trucks.
bad. Yeah.
Yep. every time.
So the paver never stopped as they were switching trucks is what it.
Actually, you don't want it to stop.
they had
Right.
offered to do something.
And
What was
the-
it, Tom?
It even comes down how you
I've
load
never
it.
heard anything on that.
'Cause
So-
I worked at the plant.
Yeah, they
So
did, but
the
um,
paver did stop at every.
Yeah,
stop.
Probably.
but
Probably so.
either that or the truck backed into the paver
Bang.
and hit it,
There's a lot of reasons.
back it up. I
If he
mean,
got
it's
cool
just,
in between, he brought his thing.
But if they
in.
did an inefficient job,
Yeah,
Right.
that are the
they
reasons.
should be fixing
Right.
it, regardless of who was there, who's on medical leave.
I get that, and we are kind of like in negotiations, so I kind of would just like to drop it. You guys can talk about it next month if you want, but
Yeah, 'cause they're hauling, was it an hour and a half one way with a truck?
I don't know, I wasn't out there.
Yeah.
All right, James,
I'm done.
anything? Nothing else? Christie?
Not today. Believe it or not.
Kinda early. We can
Not,
keep
not
going.
today, Satan. Not
I'm
today.
skipping Rob.
No,
Is what he said.
come on.
The Brewers are done already.
Yeah, I bumped into and it was totally off the record, but I bumped into an article about an AI plant being put in down by Port Washington.
yeah, I saw that.
And it's kind of, when I seen that, I kind of looked up other things about it, and all over the country where these big, and there was one gonna come into Rapids also.
Yeah, it's a pretty small one, but yeah.
But when I was kind of researching this, there isn't a whole lot of information as to that they're bad, other than they use a really lot of electricity, but they do put off sound waves. Some of the sound waves you can't hear, but they're there, and they do affect the people around them supposedly. But the ingredients for these are you need lots of electricity and you need water. And that's where they're focusing, where they're putting these, and they're focusing them in rural areas where they're not gonna disrupt a lot of civil activities. And I got to thinking, we're bullseye for that, the way I look at it. We've got solar, and they don't like to use grid power, they like solar plants, because now they're not taking their power from the grids away from regular people and raising prices. So they like to establish these near solar plants. And we have water and we have solar plants. So,
didn't we put something in our ordinance?
well, I
I
don't
thought
know.
we
I
did.
thought we did.
Yeah, I thought we did too.
About data centers,
Yeah,
let me tell you, Rob, my son actually builds data centers.
Okay,
He actually
well, I don't wanna
oversees
put them out of work,
construction.
but
No, he's in Texas right now. His company's focusing on Texas. Water, you're right, depending on the system. Some are closed loop, some don't use any water. My son owns one right down, you ever eat at El Cafe? There's the beauty shop or the flower shop there. The very next one's a data center. My son owns it. That's air conditioned, use a lot of electricity, no water. Depends on the size and the makeup. Yeah,
the
You-
ones
it
that
is
I
a
would be,
concern.
the
Water
ones that I would be
especially.
concerned of is a big one, because we
Yeah.
have a huge power grid now. And it could slip into here so easy that we would be blindsided. It would be another CAFO, basically.
it's kinda like any
I
other
don't,
industry, yeah, you have
I'm
to.
just saying we should be wise of it, and if
Yep.
anything, during your month off here between the next meeting, maybe research them a little bit so that we kind of know a little bit about them, and then we can maybe try to see if there's something that we can take a little bit of action on, and whether they would have to be zoned in a certain area, or
Is
I
there
don't
a
know,
section?
More
in-
like, do we have that, isn't that what we were considering,
Yeah.
wireless communication industry or facility?
that was, remember, I just remember.
Well, I didn't want to get into it tonight. I just wanted
Right, but
on our
we-
radar.
That's something that we
So
need.
we should maybe talk about it the next meeting, and we don't have to take,
Yeah.
I mean, we can put it on the agenda and we don't have to take action, but it's something that I think we need to research on our own time
If,
I
and
think
look it up.
if you get it on your agenda, my son's the COO. I'll have him come and explain whatever question you have.
Can you forward us on that article?
I'll try to. It's a document, it's a little document.
But especially the ones that, like Microsoft is building, now you're talking huge.
Well, that's what we're
Those
gonna
are-
have. Yeah, I'm not talking little ones, but I mean, if they're gonna use 2 million gallons of water a week out of Lake Pete and Well, or they're gonna put in a well and suck the 10 Mile Creek dry and the 7 Mile Creek dry, or I don't know what.
Is there a
Power
section? Is there a section for mining, Lorelei?
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Cryptocurrency, data mining.
Cryptocurrency, that's what it was called.
Cryptocurrency,
So
but
that's-
not what
and
we're
that's
talking
not-
about.
But that's
not the
how
same.
it
AI
is,
is
yeah.
the new, for a while that was, the AI is the new, bigger, badder version of some of that tech development, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's what it was,
But
Christine.
power wise, Rob, my son, they're building one now, the investment company that they're helping build it for owns their own nuclear power plant.
Yeah,
You're right, they suck a lot of electricity.
and the one in Port Washington's gonna use, solar power, they tried it, but I'm just.
Well, they want
just-
clean power.
Everything was right there and,
Yeah, it's forward thinking to think
so
that.
I just don't know if it's something that we can look into a little more as a
Yeah.
town to.
My nephew lives out in Virginia, there's areas there that are
Yes, that was.
hundreds of thousands of square feet, building after building after building, and they don't employ anybody.
Well, that's just that they don't, it's,
Yeah, very few people.
You know, most of it is just janitorial and maintenance.
I mean, you have a software, hardware guy on site,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
Yeah, 3 to 5 guys running
Mhm.
hundreds
facility,
of thousands of square feet of.
Your other
Place.
problem is noise if the power grid goes down, cause huge backup generators, huge.
But we gotta have them. I mean, it's inevitable we have to have them.
Yep.
But.
But how you wanna regulate it?
I just, what's that?
I don't know what this is. I
Data
mean,
center?
Their
it's
AI
no,
data
there's
centers.
AI
data
Artificial
centers.
intelligence, so that it
It's,
requires an extreme amount of computing power to have.
That's where all of the, you get on your Google and that's where it all
that's where it
comes from.
goes to that, but
they're
they're
just
huge
huge buildings of nothing but
computers.
computer hard drives that stand up to your ceiling and they're
So is that
gigantic. And
You're talking about data centers, really. AI is just a
CPU
portion of
mining
it.
or GPU mining or cloud mining or ASIC mining?
What's
Is that-
CPU?
I don't know. It's in our ordinance.
CPU money? Don't.
Well, we're
even
not
look at
gonna
me
have
like
one
that.
of
I
those.
don't CPU it, but
I'm wondering if that's the same thing. Adam, do you know?
don't look
Well,
at Lorelai like that.
no, I'm just.
I'm gonna tell her what you're thinking.
What did you say?
No, I just.
Did you say something? I'm stupid. I don't
No,
know.
I didn't.
That's the
No,
look I got.
Josh, stop
Sorry,
it.
I don't know.
No, I think AI is probably too new to be that umbrella of acronyms you provided.
Okay.
It's in the same realm, but this is a newer phenomenon.
Okay.
This is a newer topic that I don't think AI is specifically mentioned
Okay.
No,
in that
like,
blanket coverage of
in the
things.
last 18 months, that's about
It's yeah.
around
It's,
here anyway.
as far as these big sites are concerned, there's
so Lorelai, to
So-
answer your question, CPU and GP whatever mining is cryptocurrency mining method that uses a computer central processing unit, CPU, computer processing unit, to solve complex mathematical puzzles and blah, 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 blockstream.
Okay.
That's what they were gonna put in Rapids.
Yes.
Yeah, a small version of it, but they were.
Well, they couldn't get enough power.
No.
The company the investment company my son is working for now, looked at Consolidated's old building, but they couldn't get enough power.
But we're got another brand new solar plant coming in
Mhm.
right now, and I don't think Lorelei, anybody's bought it yet. It's just.
Yes, they did.
Developing it,
Yeah,
okay,
they did.
an AI company.
No, it just,
But it could be
We
sold.
Energy.
It could be sold tomorrow,
I think it's We Energy.
and that could be sold or used just specific for.
Well, and to follow up with what Rob is saying, a few things that we would need to look at. Number one, is it one of those things in the state that you can't deny, like the solar and like the factory farms. And right now, if that's something that we would want to hinder, you can prevent it by operations ordinances. But in November, Tesson's introducing a resolution that is going to ban operation ordinance from local control. So, something to be thinking about in the next 2 months. It's coming.
Traffic flow, yeah, there's all kinds of
There's
stuff.
traffic flow, you can monitor water usage, it has to be done, though, right now at the local level, because they're gonna push it out the last session in November. It's coming. And then you would have no control over any of that if that bill passes.
Is it retroactive?
What's that?
Is it retroactive?
Or put that on.
If we get it in before the bill would pass, it would stand, yes. An operations ordinance.
Is that something we wanna put on an agenda?
Well,
I have
data
sample
centers-
resolutions already to send to your local representatives, but I mean, it's something that we should consider.
Well, is that something that we wanna take some time to discuss at the next meeting? I mean,
We could.
would you like to
I can leave the
bring some
discussion.
Well, the next
information and
meeting is November.
It is November, yeah.
November 12th?
Mhm.
So that would be too late?
It's their last
Well, for-
session of the year, if they're following what our folks in Madison are saying. We would hope that Evers would veto it, because we don't think, there's a lot of pushback on the bill right now. He tried to promote it once last year, the year before, and it did not pass, because Evers vetoed it, but they're making every attempt, it's coming again.
You tell me what the agenda item needs to read, and I'll make sure it's in the minutes for next meeting. I'm not sure. I mean, it just is it coming down to a land use discussion? Is it specifically a discussion about AI developments?
I think you're still talking about data centers. AI just runs on the data center.
Okay.
I believe it's a part of a data center. I don't think it's a standalone building.
Okay.
I mean, they just use that acronym to describe the whole.
Well, certain people do, yeah. Everything you do, like you said, when you Google something, it's not necessarily AI, it can be, but it runs through a data center.
It runs through a data center, and that's what these are. And they need power and tons of power, and they need water. So,
Data center discussion.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it being, like, I wouldn't mind some education in it, you know what I mean? So, whether it's too late or not, at least we'll
Well,
know
there's more than one way to
more
go.
about it.
So, education of the data center, or the resolution for operating ordinances and what's coming?
You know what I mean?
Well, I'll send Josh if I can find it again, get the link to it, and then you can watch it. And it talks about it in depth, and how it's happening all over the country and what good things and bad things about it. So it wouldn't be too hard to do. I just think we're susceptible to it. That's all. Right now, where we are.
Alright. Anything else?
That's it.
That was good.
Dan?
Nothing.
Angie? Adam?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, I skipped myself, and the only thing that I want to talk about is what we're doing on the next agenda. So we have the town building updates will continue.
Correct.
Driveway ordinance, driveway permit application and driveway ordinance update.
Yep.
We're putting the class 2 notice out, but we
You don't do anything.
wouldn't need to do it, so
Nope.
zoning
Now it's out of your hands.
zoning ordinance review is off our agenda now. The town recreation plan discussion with the ad hoc committee.
Yep.
Right? And what are our thoughts on the discussion of the
Data center?
data center?
Yep. Agenda item: data center discussion.
Perfect. All right,
So our next meeting, what's the date for that?
November 12th.
Okay.
It's the second Wednesday of November, 6 p.m.
Am I to do anything for that data center?
Do you want me to ask my son to come?
What do we think?
I think let's have a preliminary discussion first.
Yeah, let's just
See-
talk about it. And,
Yeah.
I'll get the link out.
yeah, if you want to give me the link, I'll forward it off to everybody. Was it like a YouTube link or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a little documentary.
Talk about it in a little more depth, and then formulate any specific questions we have and things like that. Areas we want to dig deeper, and then maybe consider an expert consultation.
Maybe the only thing that we could maybe check with the Towns Association, see if any towns have actually drafted anything or heard of it, or I'm sure they have down by Two Rivers now, but it's too late, but,
It was Port Washington.
Port Washington, I'm sorry.
The only reason I know is because I got friends that live in Port Washington, and I didn't hear about it until Monday, and I just saw them over the weekend, so.
Okay.
Well, it'd be interesting to talk to them, see
That
if
would
they
be
knew
interesting to
anything
get
about it.
his input on what they feel about it. down there.
Which one, who built down there? Was it Microsoft or?
I don't know, it's sad, but I
Some of these companies pour huge dollars into this.
billions.
Yeah.
They bought the land for billions.
Microsoft
Just
built
because
one-
it was by Lake Michigan for a cooling.
Well, Microsoft built one underwater. They tried that. It didn't work out.
So they use the water for cooling their machines.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then they put the hot water back into the
Yeah.
river. which
Well, they use
kills
cooling
the
towers, but they lose a lot.
ecosystem. Oh, yeah, not good.
Just like a power plant in Wausau or Mozambique. They do the same thing.
Alright,
Can I remind everybody about the electronics event on Saturday?
yes,
Okay.
you may.
Okay, everybody, that if you have anything you want to bring in, please do. It's on Saturday, this Saturday. We have people working. Carl Greenwich can work. And then the Boy Scouts are volunteering.
Oh,
And,
Nice.
yeah, it's gonna be a good event, so spread the word.
and everything you're taking is on the website, right? What they
Yes,
will accept.
yes, everything.
There's also
You have to register, right?
On it? No.
Pardon?
Do you have to register for that one?
We would like you to, we haven't ever turned anyone away, but the registering helps us know how many people will be coming. And
and
there's-
there is on,
if you volunteer to work, you get free pizza and pop, because I provide that, not the town. I don't think the town should, but I feel bad for everybody who
well, they
volunteers.
can. I don't see why the town wouldn't.
That's all right, I don't mind.
We don't care.
Alright, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion,
Motion by Dan,
my turn.
second by Angie, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
You did good, it's only 2 minutes to 6.
Right?
Yeah, that's when we started.